You guys don't realize it, but the beginning of the end for the United States is taking place. Let me explain something to you. One of the things, it's a I wouldn't say it was a dark time in my life, but it was a time of clarity, and I tell my mentees particularly about this time often. It was a time where the Holy Spirit downloaded a lot of information. He told me the truth about me. He basically separated the cultures and identified what their downfalls were and what their uh, strategic monolithic approaches to life were. And that's why I told you guys, if you want to know where I get the art of war from, the Holy Spirit told me black people can't rule because they're afraid to go to war. And by war, you guys now know what I mean. They don't have a plan. That's how you go to war. It's a plan. But let me go to my point. The bigger point he gave me, he said that Hispanics, particularly Mexicans, will never run anything because they're egos. And obviously we can see that. See, when you have a big ego, it separates you from reality. It does. Because your ego can be based on a few things that you're really good at. And then the things that you miss, you miss. Let me explain something to you. Some of you are saying, why doesn't Donald Trump care about the Hispanics? And what do I mean by that? You know what I mean by care. This is a strategic move, just like the removal of DEI. Everything that he's done, throwing all this shit against the wall, is strategic. Okay? And the reason there's no halt in it, because literally every aspect of government believes that white needs to rule. I told you guys that. You're not part of their plan. But let me go back to this point. It's a bigger point. You guys saw when Donald Trump was inaugurated, when in his office that day, he had 4 or 5 AI executives in his office, right? I'm gonna tell you guys what AI does. AI mitigates a lot of labor. A lot of labor. I know you guys are hearing, specifically you guys in construction, are hearing about all these huge AI facilities that they're gonna build. But what you don't know is it takes 20 people to run them things. The only money that's gonna be made doing those, the development of those things is construction money. Once they're constructed, they don't need a lot of labor. Okay? What Donald Trump is strategically doing, and I told you guys before, he's tearing America apart. He's starting it. He's selling America off. Look at the largest AI facility builders. Look at the largest ones. You guys have heard me talk about this online with one of my followers who is a construction manager for these facilities. And he told y'all what I said was true. Everything is strategic. This is why I tell you guys to read books like Art of War. You can see what's really happening. The Hispanics don't realize with all this rising up all over the country that they're ushering in an expedient demise. Western people are so strategically provocative. In other words, they understand how to, long and short, they have a backup to what they provoking you to or directing you to. You think you're losing something. You think they're losing something. They're not losing anything. There were two sides of this thing, and I need you guys to understand why the things didn't work. So for those of you who are Democrats, the Democrat system didn't work because it was an old system. It was keep starting wars, keep making money. That will no longer work because our money is devalued. It no longer has any value. I'm going to make a post about that because nobody's intimidated by us. The only reason our money stood is because everybody was afraid of how many missiles we had. And Russia was on our side at that time. They're no longer on our side. Russia don't give a damn about what we say. We have to try to get along with Russia. Our money no longer matters. BRICS is going to happen. I don't care who you listen to. I don't care what your professor says. It's going to happen. It's happened. All this stuff you guys are hearing about Africa, because Africa is what Khan said in Star Trek. It's the undiscovered country. It's the last bastion of the world's newness. But now, they're not going to be controlled by anybody because they have bodyguards called China and Russia. And the other 90% of the people. So some of you would say, well, Juan, Saudi Arabians are with America. No, they're not. No, they're not. Trump has done a deal with Saudi Arabia to buy America. They're going to do the same thing they tried to do with the Japanese back in the day, sell the Japanese a bunch of America and then try a scheme where they slip it back. They're not going to be able to do that this time, though. Trump knows what he's doing. Trump knows what he's doing. That's why him and Elon Musk are fussing. That's the real reason. It had nothing to do with Doge. Had nothing to do with Doge. It has everything to do with Elon Musk understood at some level what Trump was doing, but he got scared. He's like, well, I'm going to lose my place in the world. And when he started going over the world trying to negotiate like Bill Gates and all these other billionaire companies from America doing, they're like, nah, we don't want your control. We'll take your money. We'll take a real investment. We'll take you coming over here and we're not even going to do what India did. We're not going to give away Africa again. So keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Trump's going to fail. All of them going to fail because what they're trying to do ain't going to work. What Trump's doing is going to work for him because he's going to get super rich. Like super rich. But that's what he's doing. He's negotiating everything. They know how stupid he is. They know he don't care about rules. But America never cared about rules. They want you to live by rules. This is what's going to happen. Trump is going to do an executive order soon. Because these Mexicans, they're not going to stop. I'm telling you, they're not going to stop. I guarantee you this. Nobody in Florida is going to protest. Because they're two different sets of people. Those are Cubanos. Essentially, they Caucasian. Because they live under Caucasian philosophy and mindset. Colombians, too. Same thing. They're white people. The Mexicans don't understand. They think they in rebellion. They finna kick them out of here. Even these legal people, they finna kick them out of here. I'm telling you, what are the Caucasians gonna do if Mexicans got all the work? And the work is gonna be different anyway. See, they fooling the Caucasians too, the regular Caucasians, because they making them think, oh yeah, they know what they doing. Why you think, listen, did y'all notice that your white neighbors start acting nicer when Trump won? We had two of them try to come over to the house. I'm like, we still don't want y'all over here. That's okay. Don't come way over here. If y'all open your eyes and y'all pay attention, y'all see everything going on. Stop talking and stop listening to BS and see. The world is easy to see. All this braggadocious, presumptuous Hispanics, they about to watch. Their population is going to tremendously diminish. And them threatening to send Americans back to America, you think Trump care about that? Watch what I'm saying.